Hey everybody, guess what time it is? It's box time. It's Thursday. It's box day. So let's see what came. Box was a bit later than usual today, but at least it's here. Oh, and it's heavier than usual. More white vinegar, yay, that's always a plus because we can use it in food, we can use it in cleaning things, we can use it for a variety of things. A sack full of fresh spinach. Getting interesting. We can make some quiche or something, but let's see what the recipes say today. A beautiful, beautiful eggplant. This is just the right size too, because when they get really big, they get full of a lot of seeds, and although you can still eat it, it's just not as much fun. But eggplant is a wonderful fibrous food that kind of helps you. It's very good and healthy and heart wise. More seasonings, more spices. Pumpkin pie spice tells me we've got treats today. A lot more onions, which is just fine by me because you know what I'm going to do. Half of these babies is going to be sliced and dehydrated and put up for those other days. Two more garlic bulbs. Yay for that. As I dehydrated the other garlic that I had just so that it doesn't go to waste. And then this I can leave fresh to use for these meals. Red Thai curry paste, that's a double yum for me because I'm thinking of stuff and I haven't even seen the recipes for this week yet. But definitely we can get the hook up on some stir fry and other things with that. There's a few small red potatoes. They're kind of hard though, but they're red and they're small. There seems to be nothing in there. They're really small. There seems to be nothing in here that needed a refrigerator pack. Score. That's very nice. Coconut milk in the can. Long grain, enriched long grain rice. Rice is always good because you know how I am about the jasmine and basmati rices. So to have some regular long grain, that's a nice way to mix things up a bit. Granulated sugar, and another big old bag of flour. Didn't we just recently get a big bag of flour? Well, it'll get used in all in good time. But like I said, some of these potatoes are very small. A couple of them are, an okay size. They're all red potatoes, but they're very firm and dusty, like they just came out of the ground. Two cucumbers that are perfect for making pickles. I think we're going to be having some fun with that. This down. And the final ingredient is packaged like tomatillos, but I'm not sure. I thought I was getting something else. Interesting. But it looks like tomatillos. But the recipes say ground cherry crumble bars, which means I probably should have some cherries, but I've never seen cherries come like this. Like I said, this looks like tomatillas. And veggie Thai curry over rice. Well, what I'm going to do to solve this mystery, let's open this up. Smells super yummy. Tastes like small tomatillas. But doesn't matter. We can make this work. We can get the things that we need to put stuff together to be able to make what we need to make. But that's interesting because it got eggplant, water spinach, red potatoes, garlic, coconut milk, rice, curry paste, olive oil. On that recipe, this one pint of ground cherries. Those are not cherries. Remember a few weeks ago when I had a green leafy vegetable and they said it was one thing, and I said, nope, definitely not that thing because I know that thing because it's something that I like and I eat all the time. And then I did a little mini tutorial on the different types of greens because there are collard greens, there are kale greens, and there's Swiss chard. Well, those are definitely not cherries. I have never known any cherries to come packaged like tomatillas. Could be some new brand of cherry that I just never experienced, but I'm just saying I've never known them to come packaged like tomatillas. But it's still good. It's still sweet, especially when they're smaller. They're really sweet, and you can just eat it like candy. I used to work at farmers market as a clown. Uh, I was a food clown, so helping people understand and know about their food and providing a little entertainment in the process. And so I would see and eat and experience tomatillas a lot, along with all the other wonderful produce that you can find at your local farmer's market. But regardless, this time there was no meat in the box, which is fine. Lots of veggies and the vinegar and an opportunity to make a couple of pickles. So I'll take out a jar and use my vinegar, follow their recipe so that we can do some pickling of our own. I'm not sure if I have any dill right now, so I'll have to check on that. And if I do, I can make those pickles and do that in a video for you. But always happy to have more seasoning. Always. Give a little flavor to your food. It's always a good thing. And spinach. I'm a fan of spinach. Even though it's not a root vegetable, I'm a fan of spinach. And this baby here is beautiful. This is a beautiful eggplant. I was walking earlier today and I saw walking on a regular path and I saw something that I had seen previously. It was like a green leafy plant with little golden color flowers coming out the top. And remember when I saw it the other day, I thought, well, that's odd. Why would there be any sort of squash in a flower pot? in that particular location by a gazebo. I think somebody just planted that thing on the slide to see what would grow or to see if it they could grow something. But I Googled the plant, to make sure I wasn't kind of crazy because I could see that it not only were the leaves getting big, but it was getting very viney and it had grown out and down to the sidewalk. Wasn't squash. Not exactly. It is a pumpkin plant. Somebody's trying to grow pumpkins out of a flower pot off on the side of the sidewalk. So this is going to be interesting. I'm leaving it alone. It's not my plant, but I think it's interesting for someone to try to do that in that particular area where they're doing it. Enough of my rant. Just wanted to show you what's in the box today because we're going to have some fun making these bars and I'll have to get my own cherries to make the ground cherry crumble bars. Or I can do I have some dehydrated or freeze dried blueberries. Um, um, Stop for a minute. I just turned over this food card and it says tips and tricks. It says, these don't look like cherries, which I just said, right? Those things don't look like cherries, they look like tomatillas. And I'll read to you exactly what it says. These don't look like cherries. Ground cherry is a bit of a misnomer. These fruits aren't cherries, and they definitely don't grow under the ground. Native to the Americans, ground cherries are actually relatives to the tomatilla. Bam, it's on there. See it? I know what I'm eating. I told you all. It's native to the tomatilla, but it's smaller and sweet. And I got tomatillas in the pack a couple of weeks ago. Haven't really used them yet because thinking about making some pico de gallo, and I just haven't gotten around to using it yet. Or some salsa verde or something. The name ground cherry, back to the card, comes from their tendency to fall on the ground when they're ripe. But you may also know them as Cape gooseberries, winter cherries, or the delightfully confusing strawberry tomato. They are neither strawberries nor tomatoes. They're actually, like I said, more of a cousin to the tomatilla. They're just a small one and very sweet and delicious, but definitely not cherries. Juicy, sweet, and tangy, ground cherries can be the star of desserts like this one, the ground cherry crumble bars, or savory dishes. Try chopping them into ground cherry salsa, putting them in salads, or even taking them out of the husk and eating them as a tasty snack. This it looks like some rough brown paper towel or something. That's the husk. Ground cherries also preserve very well. You can freeze them and enjoy fresh fruit all winter long, or combine them with sugar and a bit of lemon juice for a delicious jam. Yeah, so that will be fun. But this box today um, was sponsored by the Hmong American Farmers Association. And that's a nonprofit organization that works with Hmong American farmers in the Twin Cities area. And it was started and led by Hmong American farmers. And they use organizing approach to do their work. They've kind of subleased 155 acres to over 20 experienced farmer families. And their work is greatly appreciated and gives a lot of people an opportunity to have food rather than suffering in a food desert. So Thanks to the Hmong American Farmers Association and for to the Community Cooks Meal Box program as well for all that they do, because they do make a huge difference in the communities in the Twin Cities area. But I'm going to close for now and say thank you for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you again soon as we prepare some of these meals. Bye.